Hi guys, how you doing? Hope this message makes you well in good health. I just woke up. Yeah, I'm about going to the office, so I had to do this video quickly. The problem we have in Nigeria is not a problem of poverty. Poverty is a very big problem. Yeah, of course, it's true. But it can be elevated by a serious government, of course. Any government who has the agenda, who has the people at heart, can liberate the people from poverty through schemes, right? Elevation schemes, real life solutions. For example, Nigeria is a very vast market, yet we don't produce a car in Nigeria. Most of the car companies we have in Nigeria are just mere enabling plants, right? And we have 250 million people, which is a market by themselves, right? Nigeria is a huge market. And any country that has such huge population always comes with military and economic power. But ours is not yielding fruit for us, not because the people are not productive, because the leaders are not productive. The best problem we have in Nigeria is not poverty, right? Because poverty in Nigeria is man-made. How can you tell me that a country that has vast resources is the poverty capital of the world? Think about it. Let's think, right? The problem of poverty can be solved by serious government. What about the problem of idea? Idea is so dangerous and it's so good. If the people have good ideas, it will elevate the people naturally from poverty, and of course, then develop the country where those ideas are from. Think about it. Imagine someone who is very, very poor, who is not educated, who has nothing to lose, and you tell this person that when he eventually die and leave this world, he's going to somewhere and he will be given 7 or 20 something virgins. Don't you think that person will be in hurry to leave this world? Because first of all, he has nothing in this world that he can protect, that gives him joy or happiness. He doesn't derive joy now from this world, because to him he has lost out of this world. What he tends to do now is to die and go and get the 7 virgins. And now that's why the problem of idea coming. Idea is so very powerful. Then you not tell this person, in order for you to go to this place, because if you kill yourself, you will not get those privilege. So you can only get this privilege by taking this arm, destroying this community, ravage families, scatter these families. These people are your enemy. They are the only people, they are the only thing that is stopping you from going to enjoy this provision of virgins and of enjoyment every in heaven or thereafter. So if you tell this person like this and you give the person AK-47, what do you think that will stop that person from executing that idea? Because of course, of now, he has nothing to lose. It is only those who has something to lose that are careful. Let me tell you a story about my father. My dad has 15 kids from 2 wives. When we were growing up, whenever we ask him for money for our fees, for feeding, he becomes angry. He will say, okay, if he dies, that if we are going to draw his money from the grave. Of course, I don't actually pity him at that time, because the problem we were facing was man-made problems. Because if he was not wealthy, he was just a poor farmer. He could have just given birth to 6, 2 or 4 kids, and he would still be okay. Imagine my father is like 70-something years old now, and our last born is in university. That's the last born from my mother's side, not from my stepmother's side. That one is not even in school yet. Imagine if my dad was still paying school fees at his age. Maybe by now he would have been long dead and gone, right? But because we grew up, we started assisting our junior ones to go to school. Now, my father doesn't want to die again. If you tell him, but if he's even sick, you see, he will be calling everybody so that to come and treat him. Because when he turns around, he now see hope, right? He see hope everywhere. He believes that if I stay long on this earth, I will reap the fruit of my labor. Why? Because the kids are not productive. Just imagine if the kids were not productive, and he has the idea that if he finally die, he will go and meet God, so he will be relieved of the stress in this world. But now that same man does not want to die again, because he now has the idea that life has changed, turned around. We might not be very wealthy, but at least we can actually provide for him, right? That same goes to a lot of people. A lot of people have destroyed this earth because they feel they have nothing to lose anymore, right? That's where education comes in. The Nigerian system need to start decolonizing those people, deorienting them. The idea they have about this earth now is to destroy Nigeria, right? Someone who has nothing to lose, has no house of his own, has no food of his own. He wake up barely without an idea what to do that day, or just walking around, maybe begging. Like this is actually very, very dangerous. Sharing a country with people who has no goal it is dangerous. And I will not blame a lot of these people. I know for a fact that their parents are the problem because they give birth to them without a blueprint or a future for them. Right? That's how I was actually brought up too. Right? I was given birth to without a blueprint. We had to work. We had to do everything that we need to do to make sure we are standing today. Right? So this goes to the Nigeria government. The Nigeria government gain a lot from all these shenanigans. Right? They are in forefront of these shenanigans because a working system, even as big as China, there was a time they regulated their childbirth. As big as China, there was a time that you can only give birth to 2 or 3 kids, and now they are allowed to give birth to a lot of kids now because they built their country. But in Nigeria, a poor man will just give birth to a lot of children, then send those kids outside to go and start begging. Right? And they don't know what those children are filled with, what knowledge they have given, those ideas put in their heads. They don't know. That's why we're having problems here and there. First of all, we must decolonize these children. Right? Now we're talking about our generation now. Do you know a lot of people are still giving birth to hundreds of kids? Still, now that we have issue of banditry, we have issue of Boko Haram, we have a lot of issues that we're tackling at now. People are now still giving birth to kids they cannot take care of, which is bad. And the government is not talking anything about this because they don't have idea about leadership and they don't care about the people. When I said something just now about when I said poverty is not our core problem in Nigeria because poverty is something that can easily be elevated by a serious government, by rolling out projects. You know, there are a lot of countries of today that has agenda 30-50, agenda 30-20. Nigeria of today has no agenda, has no plan. That was what led us to the issue we are fighting today, Boko Haram and all those terrorism, because Nigeria had no blueprint. Even the people who are still government of today have no blueprint about leadership. How do you think we will solve the problem? When people are still breeding mess for the future. People are breeding mess now, breeding kids here and there without no idea of what to do with those kids. The one that was bred yesterday without a plan, a proper planning, is causing no problem today. And people are still breeding that problem for us tomorrow. And the government is not doing anything about it. Yet, Ajaokuta Steel is there. And it is not functioning. Imagine if Ajaokuta Steel was functioning. All the cars that are being assembled in Nigeria today, those things are being imported. Imagine what Ajaokuta Steel would have done for us. We don't build engines in Nigeria, car engines in Nigeria. If they want to solve the problem of poverty, what is needed is modern factory. Imagine Nigeria is now a refuge dump for 2001, 1987 cars, for crying out loud. Nobody drives a new car in Nigeria, only the politicians. Why? Because they've just imagine if you are driving today. When I'm driving my old 2010 Venza, you see people telling me, police are asking me, what do you do for a living? How do you acquire a car that is never in use in other countries again? Just imagine the ideas of people we have around us. Imagine the president's wife telling people to start selling akara. Do you know what akara is? Akara is, imagine a poor woman who sells akara to train his kids. Do you know what it takes for a poor woman to train a kid today? Because if you are paying a school fees for your son or your daughter, they will not say because you're a poor woman who sells akara, it is a subsidy for you. You can pay 25,000 naira for your school fees in university. No. The same money that you are paying is the money that every other person will pay in that school. Imagine how many akara you will sell to pay school fees for your son. What about the hostel? If you don't stay in the hostel, maybe he's staying off camp. Do you know how much is that? What about dues? What about transport? Right? Imagine after all those hard work, then, because when they were training these kids, they had an idea that once this a son or daughter finish going to school, they will come back to elevate the family for poverty. Now you are telling them that there is no plan, that those children should go back and start sharing akara. Right? It is sad. What we need, I just think that the people we have in government are not thinking straight. They are thinking just the analog. We must look at people who are thinking digital. Right? First of all, IT now is a very, very big thing. It is the next big thing. Right? AI is the next big thing. If, for example, now, with Nigeria, with Ajaokuta Steel, we start producing car engine, like a big factory that produce car engine, bring expertise to expatriate, don't want to teach people about how these things work. Then our kids who are graduating from university can actually go to this institution for service to learn how to build engine. Right? Then imagine all the cars that is in Nigeria today, it is Nigeria made. Can you imagine the huge machine that we build? Just imagine today we back parts every day for our cars. All those parts have been made in Nigeria. Do you know what market that will be for us as a people? That is what made China. Production. You cannot grow by consumption. Right? If for as of today we start producing those things, a lot of the issue we have in Nigeria will stop. Right? Imagine all those, Nigeria depend million importing. All this will reduce naturally. There's a rubber research here in Edo State, vast rubber plantation, and it is untapped. I think they say it's owned by the federal government. Imagine that rubber plantation being tapped today. Everything in Nigeria, our ACs use rubber, our chairs use rubber, TV use rubber. A lot of things that we usually use rubber. Just imagine that we're producing those things, those rubbers in Nigeria. We're not importing these things. You know the vast market that will be for us as a people. Just think about everything that we are going through today. All that is needed is just right leadership. Imagine training children on how to do the little things. Imagine building a standard. I went to Auchi Polytechnic for my ND. Do you know that I did statistics? Do you know that the only lab that they took us to has nothing to call lab? It has literally, that is not a lab, because we still go there and everything we do there is still manual, by just written, drawing on the board and all that. Not real life problems and real life solutions. Right? Our schools should start having labs, real labs in secondary schools. People should be taught how to do manual things. Even though they are being taught in Itekola, it should be real, physical. You can learn how to do this. Just imagine we not have technical school all around our institutions, our university. Decolonize these people who are now radicals, create a constitution that limits childbirth, then build institution to solve our problem. That is what I'm trying to explain to you now. Build institutions. Then all the problem we see today will just go extinct on its own. Imagine building institutions all across Nigeria for the youth, to reorient them, to take their mind off crime, off fraud, then position them for the next generation. This is how to liberate people from poverty, not by selling akara or selling biscuits. No, those are just mere survivor. If you are sure that you want to liberate the people, all you need to do as a leader, as a government, is to bring solutions to the problem that we face, our everyday problem. Because if you turn around today, Nigeria is in deficit. Literally, is it about roads? We're in deficit. The roads are backward. Is it about water? There's no running water in our homes. Is it about light? There is no light. Thank God that they have decentralized the power, that people can now generate power on their own. That's good. It is good. But how would this power be generated? When we just start producing a lithium battery in one of those states, I think Zafara. No, one of the states in the north side. That is a welcome idea. But we must invest mainly on production. Everybody should be using Nigeria made, and Nigeria will grow without problems. Thank you and have a blessed day.